Good morrow to you, my friend. I don't believe you've read this particular chapter before. If you have a question for me, I should be happy to answer it.
People of interest， 齐了，齐了。这边呢？齐了。哎，这是全齐了吗？那为什么还没有升到满级呢
Did you learn everything you needed?
？Steam Deck 辐射76启动，赶紧看看！我靠，这日常错过了吧？完了，过了4分钟了，不是日常，是周长。日常无所谓，我周长就差一个领取10个盒子可乐。领取10个盒子可乐，我昨天就差2个，我没在那等一会儿啊！我今天忘了上线了，这个周长就没了 ，shit， 真可恶！怎么这么倒霉呀？录像坏了，76也没开上，我真的是说不出话。
The man himself. We were just about to make a start on that sword I promised you. It's funny, but none of this would have been possible without your help. You remember Camille? We'll be using his leather work for the grip. The steel, meanwhile, will be tempered in a fire, burning the cinders you charmed out of old Zoltan here. And that whetstone from the Outer Isles? That'll be what gives the blade its edge. And the final flourish will be my talented colleagues engraving. A team effort led by
我忘了日常刷新，日常刷新是几点？不是现在吗？
Save that talk to the thing's finished, yeah? Right. I'm ready if
这俩人，
To the bellows it is then.
这俩人，我看一看是几点啊？他俩敲了啥东西出来 ？Sometime later。
Well, bugger me. We actually did it.
哦，这是什么？我操！哇！
The sword to end all swords.
诸神黄昏，
Ragnarok.
这是不是封面那把剑？我操！
Quite something.
我这就是终极武器了吧？
Trust you'll take good care of it.
整个游戏的
Both of you.
So, does this make you pair the greatest craftsman alive then?
This? Nah. This was just following the
啊，不
footsteps
是
of the
啊，
greats of old. It'll take
那这
more
把
than
剑
that
看起来
to
很
earn
牛
our
逼的
place in
样子。
history. But we're up for the challenge.
他们还说 the sword that ends all sword 呢，你吹吧你就。
Talking on the long road back from Dravost. We reckon with those items there, we could
我的
craft
忠
something
实的
even
Steam
better
Deck，
than the Ragnarok.
真是
Something worthy of a legendary outlaw like yourself. That's a weapon I'd like to see. You leave this list with me. I was hoping you'd say that.
One legend at a time, eh, lads? Before you start on the next, who fancies raising a cup to friendship reforged?
Good idea. No more drinking to forget my past. It's about time I had something to celebrate. Then tap the kegs! Vulcan's boys are on their way!
操！我 Steam Deck 没76日常刷新是什么时候来着？我已经很久没关心过这个了，我还以为是半夜0点。金色传说 ，Ancient Ashen Legend purports that one day the age of dominance will draw to a close in an epic clash of icons that sets the land ablaze, cleansing it of the foulness and allowing for its rebirth, a clash they called Ragnarok. 诸神黄昏哦。Gotterdammerron recipe。国内凌晨1点，那我看看啊，国内凌晨1点的话，也就是10个小时后。对，这游戏就这样嘛，这游戏就这样。我们最终幻想16是这样啊，还没我的好。等一下，我强化一下这把武器看看，否则这不他妈离谱呢吗？啊？啊？为什么不能强化？搞了半天搞了个废物出来是吧？操！金色传说来不，还不如我一个绿色，你费这么大劲 ，The swords that ends all swords， 啊，终结一切剑的，还诸神黄昏，还我连个绿剑都不如，你真这个游戏真是离谱，我是已经是，哎呦我去了，我已经是，妈的。我好不容易拿把金的，你。等于把金的去打最终任务啥了，结果你给我，你看没有 Ragnat 的强化，不是我没材料，是他没有，居然没有啊！我都打了这么多支线了，结果一个新装备没有。我今天打了11个小时，一个新装备都没有，一个新升级都没有。这装备系统就跟他妈忘了一样了，整个游戏就跟好像就不存在装备系统搞的。
Your Highness, would you do me the honor of accompanying me?
No. It is time, then.
No. Only to the shelves. Our lawsman has something he'd like to give you.
Master Harpocrates. No. I dare not show my face before him. Not after everything I have done. I have taken countless innocent lives. And ruined countless more. All because I was weak. I have sworn to atone for my crimes or die in the attempt. But were I to meet with him again,
Ultima
and see in his eyes,
啊，不是 Hypocalypse，
I feared that my resolve might falter.
放弃。
And that is all the more reason to do it. Test your resolve. Prove to yourself and to him how strong it truly is.
You are right. I must, at the very least, offer him my gratitude. Very well, then. Take me to him.
Follow me.
经典黑屏，因为这游戏里的 NPC 压根不会，在这基地的时候全是站桩人。
Even now, I hesitate to approach him. What must he think of me?
You'd be surprised.
Master Harpocrates, pray, accept my apologies for leaving your tutelage before my studies were complete. Your lessons opened my mind to a world quite unlike the one I had imagined from within the gilded confines of the palace. And I shall be forever grateful for the efforts you made to enlighten me.
Lift up your head, Your Highness. The deeds of youth require no apology. That you took the time to visit me says much about the man you have become. Now, there is something I would like to show you.
他让我采的那个
Is
花
that a wyvern tail? The color is unfamiliar to me.
Because it is unique
紫
to
色
those found in the wild.
不是之前那些白色。
Something in the harsh environments in which they grow lends them this striking hue. Their roots are indistinguishable from those of their hothouse cousins, but once they bloom, the difference is immediately apparent. In this flower, I see you, Your Highness. Its roots were the roots of a wyvern tail, with all that implies. But they do not define it, just as yours do not define you. I want you to have it, that it might remind you of this truth.
Master Harpocrates, I would ask of you a service. Keep your gift until I have fulfilled my duty to the realm, for only then shall I be deserving of it.
迪昂也是一个很不错的角色。
As you wish, Your Highness. I shall await your return.
Our roots do not define us. No wonder my stepmother didn't like him.
蜂王后
For reuniting me with memories I had thought long lost.
看我像缺钱的样子吗？我钱都没处花，这是给我啥
I
呀
shall？not forget this.
Thank you, Clive. Were it not for you, I fear I might never have found the right moment to speak with him. Not to mention the wyvern tales. I shall plant their seeds, that I might not disappoint His Highness upon his return.
I hope the soil in the hideaway is to their liking.
Why, these flowers bloomed in the bleak, black wastes of Waloed. I'm sure Nigel's yard will suit them to a T. When it comes to expressing one's gratitude, I find that words are seldom sufficient. Here.
What's this?
A Stolas quill. Or more precisely, my Stolas quill.
Stolas
It
quill
is said that an owl's feathers are steeped in the wishes it hears over its long lifetime. All those words just waiting to pour out onto the page. So consider this my wish for you. That one day you may put down your sword and
pick up
pick
the
up
pen。
that pen.
我也不知道这个英语台本是谁写的，
When that day comes.
但是这英语台本写的真的很好，所以让我觉得 就是那如果编剧是这我也不知道这是怎么。他因为这游戏的英文台词和文本确实写得很好，那些词儿根本不像是那种日文译过来的，这些词儿就像是原生的英语一般。我没有感觉到一丝是从日文，就像那种，因为我看过一些动漫那种 sub 嘛，就没有任何那种感觉。我就好奇这件事情，其实。他是不是给了我个饰品？感觉刚才那饰品都还挺有用。哦，没点上。这是最后一个支线了吧
You all right?
？Silver line.
Something troubling you?
No more than usual. It's just Eddie's baby will be coming
哦，
soon.
那个
I wanted to make something for it.
怀孕的
I'm
事
sure she'd
情。
like that.
Back in the north, families would always make gifts when a bairn was on the way. Yeah, I'll let the little tykes know they were welcome in their new homes like.
So,
它不是它的主线，支线其实还好，它主线里有不少的语序，不是现在会用的那种。我觉得它是特意用的，因为它的设计它设定是一个西幻嘛。如果去看主线，比如说和那个 Warden of Darkness 和奥丁的那一场，戏呢，语序就很戏剧，那种语序是那种舞台剧会用的语序，而不是说平时大家说的，所以他估计是考究过的。那些语序挺有那种怎么说呢？挺有那种，就是这种什么名门望族，就是中世纪名门望族会说话那种感觉。
Problem is that Ed is due any day now.
挺讲
I don't
究。
know if I'll be ready in time.
is there anything I can do to help?
平时这些支线就挺简单的，当然。
Just might be.
主线的话，
All
它
right then. What exactly are we making?
A good luck charm. But not just any good luck charm.
Not just any.
No. One made from the feather of a silver chocobo. There's naught luckier in all the realm, or so we used to say back home anyway. Thing is, they're hard to come by. Had Otto and Karen check with their suppliers, but nothing. I'd try and track one down myself, only...
Only the big day is fast approaching. And that's all you need, a feather.
That or the bird whose horse it's attached to, aye. I was gonna start by asking around with traveling traders plying the northern borders.
Well, there's no shortage of those passing through Martha's.
还要送礼
I think I
物，
might make that my first port of call.
这是孩子什么出生纪
You're a
念
good
礼
friend,
物。
Clive. I won't forget this. Can't say I've ever seen it.
这怎么还有个支
Chocobo
线？
myself, but
插，还有没完，这还有一个。约书亚怎么都有支线啊？
Joshua, what's wrong? And don't say nothing.
It's not nothing. I've received word from Cyril. The Undying have found Father's will,
哦
or something akin to it.
，Father's
His
will，
will. How? And
这是个大事儿啊！
where?
In the crypt beneath Rosalith Castle.
要回到 Roseless，
After Kupka was
有
kind
点
enough
意
to
思。
drive out the Imperials, the Undying took the opportunity to recover what relics of the duchy yet remained. And in the process of doing so, they found a letter from Father.
I'm surprised anything survived down there.
Cyril asked that I join him in Tabor at my convenience. I have been meaning to go, but would you join me?
Of course. I want to know what's in that letter as much as you do.
Very well. I am ready to leave when you are.
这两个既然作为最终支线，我觉得应该是比较重要的吧，
Not to be rude.
特别是 Joshua 这个，我觉得 Joshua 这个应该是那种很重要的支线。
don't know what you're talking about.
Welcome back, Sid. Oh, keep your mug handy.
Clive.
If you're gonna buy something, be quick about it. You're rubbing me blind, you know. Come again. Or don't. I'm not much bothered either way.
I will not forget this kindness, my lord. I shall go to East.
Here, not long removed from when last you placed yourself between us and pure, I sit and pen yet another letter in which I try and find the words to somehow express the gratitude of an entire town. Still, something feels different about our latest travel, where in the past we learned ever so heavily upon your good graces. This time we find strength elsewhere in ourselves. Our hardship has shown us that which should have been apparent all along. We are not as different as we wanted to believe. Does a peasant love his homeland any less than noble? Does a barrier love his family any less than another man does his own? It is this love that has united us and given us true strength. Should every thrall, Arkashik, bandit, and brigand in the realm come charging our gates, we will not fret, we will not falter, we will fight, and we will win. The two of you have been together for what probably feels like a lifetime now, but there is still a lot you have to learn about the haunt of yours. He'd step in front of a bloody, raging behemoth if it meant protecting you, but that don't mean you should take it for granted. At the end of the day, he's hard, and sometimes he just wants someone to pat his head and rub his belly and give him a handful of kupa nuts. You do good to remember that, Charon. A note of thanks, my Lord Marcus. I write to thank you for your kind consideration you have shown for those whose names are written within the pages of the books of martyrs. I know that it would move them deeply to know that the first shield of the Phoenix laments their passing. Though each and every member of our order stands ready to sacrifice their lives in service of the Phoenix, I do not doubt that those who are taken before their time go with regret for the long years of duty left undone. That they should live on in the memory of a proud son of House Rosefield such as yourself shall surely go some way to smoothing their thorns. A new day. I am not so foolish to believe that a single shaming at the hands of the town urchins can dispel a lifetime of hatred built upon in one's heart, just as a pot cannot be made clean by reminding it of its grim. It takes effort, persistence, and more often than not, a stiff brush and bucket of lye. But more than that, it takes time. Fortunately, your courage and leadership has granted us just that. We must now decide whether to embrace or to waste it. A wise man once said, "The night is always darkest before dawn." It is a good thing that I can't one who burns so bright amongst my friends. Ho again. Clive, it occurs to me that a single word of thanks does not nearly suffice to express my gratitude for reuniting me with from a distance. The tome made me who I am today, and yet I thought that I should never set eyes upon it again. That those who took it from me had forever robbed me of a part of myself. But now I am whole again, thanks to you. I regret that I can only fill in the gaps in your knowledge, and not the holes in your soul, for which reason I shall ever be in your debt. 现在这地方快满喽，这地方快要放满喽，爽不爽？为什么还差这么好几个？这几个是哪？怎么还差这么多啊？靠，这难道预示着还他妈有一堆支线不成？这有点让人害怕，说实话。Gear, Flame of Rebirth, Ignition, Ganj, Dancing Steel, Ice Age, Cold Snap, Arm of Darkness, Dancing Steel, Bahamut, Giga Flare. 那个呢 ？Dancing Steel 这个。好，今天不会连着支线也做不完吗？现在都0点30了。No no no no！ 快，今天要把这件事搞完啊！你们赶紧的，别废话了啊！求求你们了。
My lord,
没空了呀。
I trust your journey was not overly onerous.
Cyril, you found a letter from father?
Yes, I have it here. If you would do us the honor, my lord.
My beloved sons, I know that I ask much of you in the coming war, but I see no other way to secure a future for our duchy and our family. Yet even should we succeed in subduing the savages and winning back Drake's breath, the threat of the Blight still looms, and only with all Rosario striving as one might we at last overcome it. I have made plans to see us through, but such are the obstacles that stand in our ways. It shall likely fall to you to continue my work. I know that you have the strength, the courage, and the will to do so. This shall be an arduous inheritance, and so I offer you another, that you might be reminded of the love and the faith that I hold for both of you.
An inheritance?
It would seem the late Archduke penned this missive shortly before his passing.
The day before we left for Phoenix Gate.
What are these plans he spoke of?
His plans for the duchy, your grace. Your father entrusted them to my predecessor, the former bearer of the Burning Quill, who entrusted them in turn to me. The complete emancipation of bearers is their stated aim. But your father's dream did not end there. His Grace also spoke of building hospices to care for those stricken by the curse, and the founding of a new university to further the development of non-magical technologies. With the Blight spreading ever more widely across the Twins, Archduke Elwyn saw this as the only means of securing Rosaria's survival.
He wished to see men and bearers treated as equals. To see centuries of common wisdom
父亲是真的是个好国
Small
王，
wonder he did not think it achievable.
整个 Velatheria 就
nonetheless.
就 Rosario 一个国家认
He
为
would never have written this message,
认为
nor would he have
Barrier 和
entrusted
人
his
和
vision
普
to
通
his
人
most
应该是平等
faithful aides, those who would have stood with you, shielded you from the machinations of the less benevolent personages at court.
该死的皇后，我靠！为什么要背叛这样的国家？
'Tis true that those most loyal to your father were the first to suffer the Duchess's wrath, but one at least remains.
and she has come bearing gifts.
What do you mean?
Mayhap it is better that she explain, my lord. After all, the duties entrusted to me by my predecessor extended only to recovering His Grace's will and arranging a meeting with the one who might execute it, or a part of it at least.
And where is this woman?
She awaits you in the archive, Your Grace.
Thank you, Cyril. Shall we then?
This is the required tree, an archive where we of the Undying.
Lord Cyril. Arclights stationed across Valetheia reported a curious change in the primeval structures as we come to refer as monolith following the fall of Drake's tail and the change in the skies. Allow me to present the preliminary findings of our archaeologists' investigations into those monoliths most near at hand. We were able to visually confirm the activation of the structure in the northern reach of the Valkyrie, but a sandstorm forced our temporary retreat. We will make for a second attempt when the wind drops. In Draco's Deep, our team was able to make direct contact with the monolith. However, no further change was observed upon touching its surface, nor upon dealing it several stone blows with both fist and blade. Whatever the purpose of its activation, it appeared to be another than that of the defensive echoes we have encountered among previous relics of the fallen and their predecessors. We shall continue our investigation both of the monoliths proper and of any historical writings that might refer to them, and inform your lordship forthwith should they produce any discoveries of note. May the phoenix flame burn ever in your heart.
Collate our findings. Fragment of ultimate truth.
First order of archaeologians. Further discoveries from our ensconced within the recently displaced mountain dwellers' remote settlement. The diminutive tribe's main village appears to be in receipt of regular deliveries of supplies from Hugo Cooper's Men of the Rock. On inquiring with the locals, it becomes apparent that they have the deepest respect for the one they call Lord Koopa, but whether he has merely bought their loyalty or if there's some deeper connections between the tribe and Titan remains unclear.
The Undying are not the only secret fellowship in this realm, you know. There are others, each working for their own.
My lord, your grace. I hardly recognize you. I am Goditha, retainer of House Rosfield, loyal servant to the Phoenix and his shields. Your father, the Archduke Elwyn, entrusted me with the delivery of a gift. I only hope you can forgive my tardiness in bringing it to you.
Lift up your head, Lady Goditha. You have our gratitude for your service to our house and to our father.
I merely did my duty, as any proud Rosarian would.
My lady, perhaps you could explain a little more? What exactly is the gift you bring?
As I'm sure you know, it has long been the custom for the children of House Rosfield to be presented with certain keepsakes upon their coming of age.
Indeed it has. Our father often spoke of the day when our turn would come.
And had he lived to see it, he would have presented you with the treasures I bear. matching armbands for you both. Alas, he did not live. Indeed, he was taken from us even before they could be completed. He had intended to claim the Heartstone with which each armband was to be finished himself, but it was not to be. And his gifts remain incomplete.
I see.
It saddens me to bring them before you, as they are. It was your father's wish that you be presented with the finished articles, not these works in progress, but with his grace long since gone.
Finished
and a stone
articles.
Left unclaimed. I had little choice. You are grown men now, and his house is yours. And while I would not presume to insist upon your claiming the Heartstone in his stead,
Heartstone
I know that
炉
nothing
石
would have pleased him more.
不对，那个是
than for you to
Hearthstone，不是
do so.
Hearthstone，说错了
Thank you.
新石
Lady Goditha.
What say you, Clive?
What else? Of course, my lady. May our father's will be done.
Oh, I am much obliged.
Do you know where we might find this Heartstone, my lady?
I do. Though it may be a matter of a good deal more than simply happening upon it. It is found in the bellies of elder griffins, you see. We do at least know where to find one. A certain specimen has made its nest in Titan's Wake, not far from here.
A certain specimen?
You are most perceptive, Your Grace. In answer to your unspoken question, yes. In fact, this is the very same beast your father meant to slay. I have been tracking its
别
movements
告诉我
since
整
you
了半
were
天
but
又
a
是要
boy.
杀一个猎物
Were you to slay it in his stead, as men of House Rosfield, it would
行吧
surely make your father proud.
搞了老半
What say you,
天
Joshua?
原来是干这
The
事
griffin your father meant to slay is current.
行吧又来啦真是
Eyes peeled, Joshua.
There it is. For House Rosfield.
Is this the Heartstone?
已0:45了，急！这就是迫于现实压力，只能屈服。按理说，如果玩游戏最好的不就是不在乎时间，慢慢来，但是没办法，这就是来自现实的压力。明天还要上班呢，明天 ，shit， 明天可不是放假呀。
This radiant luster, like frozen flame, is just as your father described it. Thank you, my lord. Your grace. Your father would be so proud.
不行，我起码要把这2个做完。靠。
The lapidary is ready.
Thank you, Cyril. I will be with him shortly. If you would excuse me.
明天我想把这游戏通了，问题是。明天我想把最后主线打了，不就通了吗？这到现在还。
The armbands are complete. Pray, take them. They are yours, after all. Heartstone is harder and more enduring than garnet, or even ruby. It symbolizes unwavering will and devotion. And the graven vines encircling the stone represent the unbreakable bonds between you.
It's a message. Father knew we had enemies both inside and outside the duchy. Enemies who would thwart his vision. Only with unwavering devotion would it ever be realized.
And only if we stood together, as Phoenix and Shield, as brothers in arms. Only then might those enemies be overcome.
Indeed. His Grace knew the enormity of the task he would entrust to you, his heirs. But this was more than just a message. It was a promise. That he would always be with you.
Thank you, Lady Goditha, for remaining the steadfast custodian of our father's will.
Forgive me, my lady, but there is something I don't quite understand. The Undying told me that after Father died, Mother claimed all of the ducal treasures for her own. Even if the armbands were incomplete, she would surely not have overlooked them. So, how were you able to keep them from her?
Because I was the keeper of the
这皇后还把公国所有财产都带走，我操，真他妈狠！
Father spoke to me of his intentions for the bands, of the deep love he had for both of you, and his hopes for your future. In the days before the disaster at Phoenix Gate, I discovered that the Duchess had ordered her jewelry be sent away from the castle. It was then that I knew she meant to betray us. I tried to warn your father, but it was too late. When word of the fire reached Rosalith, I knew my time was short. So I took up the armbands and I fled into the night.
And thank the Founder you did.
Yet my duty to your father was incomplete. Not knowing what else to do, I followed the Griffin, thinking I might claim the Heartstone on its passing. And so my pursuit continued, until Lord Cyril appeared before me. He informed me that His Grace's will had been recovered.
这皇后，哎，这皇后真是疯了。
Lady Goditha, on behalf of my father and all the people of Rosaria, I thank you for your loyal service.
As do I.
Thank you, my lord. Your Grace, for coming back to us, for giving my service meaning. I remain your faithful servant, my lord.
The bands suit you well. It must be gratifying to finally receive the inheritance that was denied you for so long.
It is.
我们所有的继承物就剩这2个手环，别的东西全都被皇后给拿走，独吞了。
Might I suggest that you make your way to your father's memorial atop Hawk's Cry Cliff? Let him see that you have received his blessing, and that his vision lives on in you.
I suppose it would be churlish not to. What do you say, Clive? Should we pay father?
这还用问啊？
I think we should.
这两个人还在这废话，他居然能问得出这句话来。你们真神，还能问哎，我们应不应该去父亲的墓前去拜访一下？这还用问吗？人不刚才说。
Thank you, Cyril. Come on, Clive. He's waiting.
奥特曼已经等死了，奥特曼已经等得不成人样了，我靠！这俩人怎么还不来？奥特曼在那水晶里面，我操！现在急的呀，等了2天2夜了，也没见到主角过去。
Save the world, of course. To have overcome Father's political enemies, of that I'm less certain. Especially knowing what we know now. What Mother was truly capable of. But perhaps these bands would have helped. Knowing he was with us would have made all the difference.
这下不去吗？操，必须从顶。
It's just back there. Father always fought for what he believed was right. It wasn't until that night at Phoenix Gate that I realized I had never fought for anything. I always had someone else to do the fighting for me.
No matter how fate conspired against him, he never lost heart, never looked back, never stopped fighting. To me, he was the greatest of men. And I've been trying to live up to his ideals ever since.
We all have, Clive. We all have. And we'll keep trying. Because that's what he would have wanted.
What he would have done himself. Even if it meant standing against the very gods in the heavens.
I shall be borrowing this, Father, if I may. That you might watch over us as we follow in your footsteps.
What? 啊？咋回事啊？这是？怎么了？闹鬼了？
We won't lay you down.
Huh?
Onward then. Onward. To the end.
And to a new beginning.
Josh joining hands with Joshua.
Let's hope one of the merchants here has what Gav need. Excuse me. I'm looking for something.
Oh, well, then I'm your man.
A silver chocobo feather.
Oh, or maybe not. Though you're not the first to mention the bird around here. There was a man stopped by the rest not long ago, claiming he was attacked by a silver chocobo. Near some gutted hovel, not far from Eastpool. Most took him for a braggart and a liar, but who knows? Perhaps there was some truth to his tale.
We'll see. Thank you.
我操！突然感觉这一段站桩对话做的真好。这一段站桩对话不就是应有的水准？怎么？
Can't say it wasn't a relief to see the better part of the Guardians finally taking their...
Good to see you. When I was a little girl... My grandmother...
I
swore then and there. When I was a little girl.
我操，这事儿太 fucked up 了，我的天呐！他
My grandmother, I swore.
他这边说的，他小时候，他还是个小女孩的时候，他家里有一个 barrier 奴隶。 然后他们的家人们就让他睡在那个谷仓就那种畜栏的角落里，然后他有的时候和这个 Martha 玩，教他字母，然后他们从来都不能一起吃饭，也不能一起睡觉，因为那个 Barrier 这个奴隶只配睡在那个畜棚里面。 然后当他死的那一天，他跟他说：“亲爱的 Martha， 我很高兴你永远不用经历这个 awaken， 就是魔法觉醒这件事情。”然后在很多年后，他发现那个人并不是一个普通的奴隶，那个奴隶，那个 Barrier 是他的奶奶。他的奶奶就被他的家人留在那个 畜棚里面死在角落，就因为他是 barrier，
I swore then and there.
所以他发誓要用一切能力终结这件事情。这就是为什么他建立了这个地方，去拯救到处被迫害的 barrier。
Put the wind right up us. And thank goodness they did. Like being back in the glory days. Half of me wishes they hadn't left.
Guardians, the
It
rest.
ain't exactly a bed of roses.
Ether flow crossing. We can even treat them like human beings they are. 我们甚至能把他们当作真正的人类，因为在这片大陆的任何地方，除了本来的 Rosario 以外，7大王国里剩下的6大王国都不把 Barrier 当人。就比如说这个狭海彼岸的这个 Kingdom of Warlord。 这个国家里面是用 barrier 当做训练魔法生物的那个 怎么说呢？诱饵，然后用这些人来喂那些生物来进行训练，就好像你训练一只海豹，你喂那些海豹鱼，而在这个国家你喂的是这些 barrier。旁边的神圣国要好一点，神圣国虽然也不把 barrier 当普通人看，但是神圣国是把他们当二等公民看，就他们权利什么都没有，然后一般都是被当作士兵啥的。然后只有我们所在的这个 Rosario 是把他们当作和正常人一样的人看待的，然后别的国家反正就都是那种要么当奴隶，要么当二等公民。但是 Rosario 已经覆灭了，因为皇后的背叛，导致我们成为了神圣国的一部分。然后在此之后 Barrier 一样受到迫害，然后甚至皇后有一段时间发疯，派了一组叫做黑盾的那种精锐宗教裁判部队前往各处屠杀追捕 Barrier， 包括原来的 Rosario 境内。然后只有这个比如说 Martha's Rest 之类的地方组织起来去庇护这些 Barrier。
Just because the heavens gone to wreck and ruin it, don't mean we have to. How do, traveller? You've the look of a man who could do with a new whetstone. Or perhaps a bawdy etching of the Vicerine.
Maybe another time. I'm looking for a silver chocobo feather.
If that's the case, rumours are all you're likely to find. No one has seen a silver chocobo for years.
银色陆行鸟。
Word is they were all hunted for
银
their
色陆
feathers.
行鸟。
Some northern nonsense about bringing good luck. Didn't bring them much, nor their bows. If any are
我
still
怎么
out
听不懂
there,
他在说
I
啥
reckon
呢？
they'll be doing their damnedest not to be discovered.
You're probably right. Thank you anyway.
The hills around the rest are crawling with wild chocolate.
The world seems to be changing so fast lately, I can hardly keep up.
It doesn't still hurt, does it?
那个 Kingdom of Walud 就是狭海对岸那个国家，他们的王叫 Warden of Darkness， 就是他的力量是黑暗，你就知道那个国家是个什么样子的了。可以说是这7王国里最恐怖的一个之一。他如果说他和铁王国这两个应该是最恐怖的。铁王国则是就是把就是入境就开始杀人，然后把男人全杀光，把女人全抢走，然后开始拉到他们的什么宗教祭祀仪式地，开始挨个强暴。这就是铁群岛，铁王国。还有，然后那一边是拿人当训练，这真离谱。
I deal in fruit, not fancies.
神圣国比起来，真的帝国都真的算是不错了，我操！虽然和 Rosario 没法比，但是和这俩一比，我靠！
If you believe the ravings of a madman.
It wouldn't be the first time. A silver chocobo sighted in the hills.
Come on. Faster.
滚啊！
Tracks. They're not left by bandits for a change. More tracks. And these look fresh. A chocobo was here. And recently. Perhaps it still is.
不会在屋子里，陆行鸟还能在屋子里不成？
I don't hear anything.
毛倒是拿到。
Well, I'll be damned.
这还黑个屏，这么狠，这还要黑屏啊！银色陆行鸟，
It's all right. I'm not going to hurt you. Just borrowing a feather for my friend. Thank you. Let's get this back to Gav before they change their minds.
你不要自言自语了，你尬不尬呀？他为什么要成天在这自言自语？我真的受不了这一点。天天的莫名其妙的自言自语，真的很。Let's get this back to Gav。你干啥都得自言自语一句。
It was no trouble. Clive, you're back. How'd you get on? Any luck?
Any luck, you say?
Crystal's crack. Is this what I think it is? Where in the hell did you find it?
It's a long story.
Right there on the road to Eastpool. Who'd have thought it?
Everything up there's been abandoned for years. The empty cabin made for the perfect shelter. Though I fear my presence may have forced the poor creatures to look elsewhere.
Don't blame yourself, Clive. The Blight's right on Eastpool's doorstep. They'd have had to move on before long, even if you hadn't have turned up. They'll find a new home. Trust me. After all, that's what us endangered animals do. Anyway, what matters is, you managed to nick us one of their quills before they could run off. And now all that's left is to fix it to the carving.
I didn't know you could carve.
Reckon there's a lot you don't know about me. Like the fact I'm as good with a whittling knife as I am with a sword. And that bone Ember gave me's a dream to work with. What did you say it was from again? An Avis?
But it weren't your Avis, Sid. I slew one of my own at last.
So all those long nights in the pit finally bore fruit. I'm proud of you, Ember.
Don't speak too soon. I ain't done my trial yet.
There we go. What do you think?
I think if you ever hang up your scouting cap, you'll be able to make an honest living.
Now will I? I should go and see if Ed is awake.
Give him my best.
You can give it to yourself. Come on.
I don't want Gav to give up being a scout, honest.
Ifrit.
别叫我 Ifrit 了，他叫我 Ifrit 好怪啊。
Though I continue to be bewildered by fate, that I should meet with my old tutor here, at the very end of the world. I thank you,
End of the world.
with all my heart, for giving me this chance.
And I thank you for taking it.
Why the birds are still
Should like to look upon that flower once more, when I am worthy. I stand ready to leave for Origin at your word. May Grieger go with us.
And see us safely home.
Does the sun go on shining? Why does the sea rush to shore? Don't they know it's the end of the world? 'Cause you don't love me anymore. Why do the birds go on singing? Why do the stars glow above?
That'd mean the crystal is
Don't they know it's the end of the world? And then to them I lost your love. 还往外蹦呢，别蹦了。
Ah, me lords.
How are you feeling?
Me lords 是哪儿的说
Thank you.
？Warlord 不叫 my lord， 叫 me lord。me
Is something wrong?
看来
No, nothing like that.
看来 Gors 是不是那边来的？这口音，他念他读 mine 都读 me。
It's beautiful. Did you make it?
We did. Aye. It's from all of us here at the Hideaway. Your new family, like. It's a good luck charm. We may come up north when a band's on the way. I mean a baby. To let him know that they're part of the family too. Oh, I hope you like it.
I don't know what to say. I thank you, me lords, for everything.
Me lords.
If there's anything you need, just let us know.
I will.
Clive, fancy a swift off? I'm thirsty.
I could be convinced.
"总算能看喝酒，好久没看。
Don't you think you've had enough?
No, we're celebrating. I'm gonna be a father.
I think Eda might have something to say about that.
You
know what I mean. Bit of light in these dark times. Wasn't long after me 10th name day, my mum told us she was with child again. I was over the fucking moon. I was looking forward to having a little one to lord it over, what with me being the runt of the litter. Thought I'd finally have a chance to prove to the world that I could be a big brother. Imperials came the day she went into labour. Had myself a baby sister. And then I didn't. My whole family gone in a blink, while I hid in the cellar like the spineless little arsehole I was. Great brother I turned out to be. I'll never be a leader. And I'll never be a hero. I'm just a daft little dog who comes running when his master calls. I'll never be like you, or Sid, or Jill, or even Torgal.
Have you finished?
Have you finished?
Maybe.
Do you know why you're our best scout? Because you don't need anyone to hold your hand. Without your resourcefulness, your courage, your determination, I don't know where we'd be. Maybe hanging off a cliff like
没有 Gav， 我们在库帕那里已经完了，基友已经被砍头了，我也差不多了。
Exactly. You learned from it, and here you are after Founder knows how many missions, stronger for everyone. And let's not forget Rosalith. Who was it who freed me from the dungeon? Who was it who ran to Jill's rescue?
That would be me.
Because you're our brother, Gav. My brother.
Your brother.
Which means that when the time comes,
I get your room and your sword. I may have had one too many.
You may have had 10 too many.
I said I was thirsty. Better get back to work anyway, after I walk this off. Clive?
What is it?
Thanks for, you know.
I know.
最后一个吧，这是。结束了，支线。
One of these days. One of these days, I swear it's gonna be me who drinks you under the table.
If by under the table you mean retching on my boots half the night, I reckon one of those days was yesterday.
Ha ha, you think you're so funny. But just wait till we crack open the bottle I left in your chambers. That stuff's strong enough to burn the horns off a behemoth.
Sounds like I'll be needing some new boots.
操，还有，怎么做不完呢？这今天要结束的呀，什么意思啊？ Though her icon brought her much suffering, the loss of Shiva weighs heavy on her heart, and we will be poor friends indeed if we did not seek to lighten that burden, even but only a fracture before we depart for the sky. I would speak on this more in private.
If Joshua's worried about Jill, I should go and speak with him.
Do you remember that you told me that night at Phoenix Gate, that while the fate of Rosario sits on my shoulders, the fate of its dominance sits upon yours? But are we not both dominant of fire? Does not the flame of our forebears burn in both our hearts? Should I not protect you as you have protected me? You have chosen to be my shield, now let me choose to be yours. Is this not what our father wanted? What Sid wanted? To cast aside fate and forge our own paths. Grant me this, Clive. Let me be your strength. The Trinity. Bringing together 3 men from different backgrounds was not to be without some difficulties. However, come together we did, for a better Valathia. The Trinity was but a first step. A longer, more bitter journey awaits us all. One that will almost certainly end in hardship. Yet what matters most is not the destination, but what we can learn from one another while on the road there. You have paved the road for us with your courage, Clive. Now we must have the courage to walk it. Safe returns. Thank you, Clive, for indulging the whims of this storing old soul. I am ashamed that for far too many years I allowed stubbornness and fear to keep me from something so simple as letting a friend know how proud I was for him. Your intervention has lifted a heavy pile from my heart. Perhaps upon your triumphant return from the skies, you might be inclined to sit to page that quill I gifted you. There are many of us who would hear a first-hand account of your time with the Holy Prince, myself included. Treasure hunt. What? You didn't think I was just saying the stuff about hiding my engine, did you? Wouldn't you know, I've already a fine spot picked out and everything, but if you are going to go on with this grand adventure, you need to be quick about your business with that ruddy god of yours. Take too long and somebody more clever might beat you to your prize. I suppose in that case I would bury you one of my lesser inventions. Goddess known, I've countless. Before we depart, Ifrit, you have my sincerest gratitude for reuniting me with Master Hippocrates, that I might embark upon this most important of journeys, my heart free of regret. Though in these past few months I have come to realize that the longer I spend in the company of you and your brother, the deeper I find myself in your debt. We must swiftly see to the menace that is Ultima, if not to save the world, to save me from an eternity of recompensation. A healer's place. Thank you for helping me guide my mentor free from his mortal coil. Contrary to what the madding crowd believes, we physicians are not without our limits. I cannot hope to cure every ill, mend every wound, save every life. The only medicine that will see you home safe without fail is prevention. Not that this knowledge will ever stop any of you from chasing down some behemoth for its toenails. 这还差2个，应该啊不是还差3个支线，不行了，今天做不完了，还差3个支线呢。这里都很明白了 ，Winter Mead 冬季蜜酒，今天只能到这儿了，只剩3个了，但是我们已经要接近了，已经接近尾声了。看看已经做了多少任务，我靠！ 这么多，这什么啊？那个手环。 应该只剩3个了，因为只剩3个收藏位了。
Something for you, dear. That it? What do I owe the honor? The sound of ringing steel. So we weren't. And who knows? You do what you need to do, Clive.
好的，就到这儿，拜拜。